Hey, welcome back. In this lesson, what we're going to explore is what the dreamer's greatest fear is once it chooses to go down into Maya's system and has that first sense of euphoria. Now, this is really important because if we can understand at the very start how the dreamer starts to push away the representatives of truth in its mind, then we can understand why it drives the dreamer so far away into the land of dreams. So what is the dreamer's greatest fear? Well, essentially it's that all this is now just a dream. So as we said in the previous video, that once the dreamer comes to life in Maya's system, it is accorded great value. And because it is accorded great value, the dreamer doesn't want it to be taken off him. He likes this sense of individuality. And at this stage, this sense of individuality has nothing actually wrong with it. So therefore, it's natural that the dreamer isn't just going to want to listen to Maya that keeps on saying that yes, you exist as an individual outside of your natural reality. It's also that he doesn't actually want to hear Shiva. Because remember, it's Shiva's job, and his one and only job, is to remind the dreamer that he is just dreaming, that all this is just happening in your sleep, and the only thing that you need to do is open your eyes, and that's the only thing that's ever going to be in your best interest, because you're never going to be able to recreate that feeling of Sat Chit Ananda in your dreams. You're never going to be happy unless you're actually yourself. However, as we said, once we're down here, the dreamer no longer wants to hear this because of Maya's illusions. This sense of individuality is now the most prized thing. So we can think about this in our own lives, that there might have been times where you've wanted something so badly, like a relationship or a habit or a life situation, that was clearly not in your best interests. And however, you wanted it so badly that you didn't want to acknowledge this. And then those who actually could see the bigger picture, they might have been a teacher or a parent or a friend who tried to, warn you of this. We make them into the enemies because they're telling us something we don't actually want to know and we don't want to hear it. So, we can start doing these, tactics of avoidance and projecting onto them that, they're trying to take something away from us that is of great value, which in time we can actually understand that they actually had our best intentions at heart. So we can think about that in the same way as what's happening for the dreamer at the very start. That these ones, Shiva, which is obviously this part of the dreamer's mind, that is here only to help and only here to help to awaken it, because that's the only thing that's ever going to be in its best interest. We can start to understand how the dreamer, before he even hears Maya's narrative, which we'll be getting to shortly, starts to unconsciously block his ears to what Shiva has to say and making him into the enemy. So, as always, feel free to keep this conversation going on down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next lesson.